What's up, you guys? This is the Let's Name This Later podcast. Woo, I'm rusty. We haven't been on this for a while. Episode 4.
Yes.
My name's Kyron Warwick, here with my co-host.
My name's Remi.
Yes, we the boys. Crystal Boys is back, but I'm not with the Crystals today because I thought it was going to rain. It's going to rain.
It's gonna rain.
It's going to rain. But Montreal's just indecisive with the weather, you know. I'm wearing shorts. I never wear shorts. Like, things are just weird. I like the combo.
Though,
Jacob shorts.
Yeah.
Exactly. Jacob,
Those
shout
are
out to the
legit,
shorts.
though.
I appreciate you for sending these shorts.
Those are the Travis Scott shorts?
Travis Scott.
Is that what these
Little
are?
flame shorts. But yeah, these are probably the best shorts I own next to. I just got a pair of Rick ones like yesterday.
Really?
But yeah.
The boxer ones?
Yeah, the boxer ones. Yeah.
What
I finally
material?
got them. They're like a cross between like a nylon and a twill. That's just for me describing them, but they are, I think, a twill. Like a
Jacob's
twill
just
canvas.
got like a denim looking
Yeah.
type one. Shout out to him. He's been uploading more and more. He might just getting recommended his videos more.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's they honestly, those guys should start a reality TV show
they
for YouTube.
should fully.
Because it's like a hype house, but an actual like with
So
taste,
true.
however you want to call it. I don't
So
know, because
true.
they know their shit.
It's
you know?
facts. Yeah, it's facts.
And they're all pretty versatile in the same world, but in very different aspects of those worlds. You know, so shout out
Totally.
to them. I feel like they're fucking killing it.
Doing great stuff right now.
Well,
Bro.
did we talk last time about Drake wearing the Fugazis?
Yeah, we did briefly.
Just
Briefly.
because you wore them again, and like.
And then ever since then, there's been like so much Drake news that like we had back and forths of like different things we wanted to add into like the notes of things to talk about on the pod, but like so much news has happened in a month. We're gonna condense it down to whatever comes to our mind.
Since we are talking about Drake real quick, we should talk about the Cullinan.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Because
I think it's like a good chess move for marketing because like one, they made it into like a whole thing with the rollout for the certified lover boy Meech, a merch. What am I saying, Meech? But yeah, they just used it for the rollout, which I thought was a smart idea. It enticed like a lot of the private clients to go.
Who do you think pays the bill? Is it Chrome or is it Drake?
For the Cullinan? The Cullinan is Drake, but the customization. Yeah, but I think the customization, they probably expensed it for the collab. That's what I was thinking.
But that's what
What
I'm
do you
saying.
think?
Like, if like, how am I gonna pay for the merch to be done, but then bill him for the car?
Yeah,
Isn't that?
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be
I honestly feel like it was his Cullinan, but then the customization.
Yeah, that I agree. I'm pretty sure he bought the Cullinan itself.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was a black badge. That would be
unnecessary
because I mean,
you're just to gut it, all the way. No, it makes no sense.
Yeah, I love Cullinans, man.
They're beautiful.
By that whole SUV, like luxury SUV. You know, Ferrari's coming out with a SUV.
They are.
Yeah, because
you have to now. Every car has a SUV now. Yeah.
Well, the OG of OGs is the G65, the AMG.
True.
None of these luxury cars are out if it wasn't for that car.
Was that the first like luxury SUV? Or I thought like
it's never been sold
Bentayga
as
was
a
like the
luxury SUV. Really.
Okay, that's
true.
That's true.
Like AMG itself is more of a power. If you want to think about it this way, like
that's how they market it. It's more of a powerhouse.
And now every interior, I guess they did kind of put the same interior as the S Class and the new ones. But I would agree with you that the Bentayga, as far as a purely luxury-driven, well, yeah, outside of Range Rovers, because again, Range Rovers and G63s are capable to do the actual off-road stuff. You know, the Cullinan is not serious when the only setting for off-road is one button that says off-road on it. Like, you know, there's like lower gears. I don't know that shit.
Same thing like the G-Wagon is equipped with that too. But then even that is like, I would classify it as like a truck rather than like an SUV. Is that valid enough to say? Because it's a military vehicle at the end of the day. Like, well, now it's not, but it started off that way.
Yeah, well, it still has to go through that same proving ground.
Yeah.
Like, if you open any G63, the inside,
the engine,
supposed to have
like
the badge.
engine
Not the engine. On one of the doors.
Okay.
On the inside, it's like this hill that they climb in Germany to prove that it has. It's like a badge of honor, literally, that it has to have.
Like a test.
Yeah, but you know that. No Cullinan's doing that shit. Like, why would you? Like, honestly, because why? Like,
I feel like Cullinans and Bentaygas are like the perfect 50-year-old man, like, I made it car.
Well, I would say the Phantom itself.
That too.
Because I feel like the Cullinan is much more like new money, but then again, new money would probably get the Urus.
Yeah,
you
or
get
a Wraith.
two Uruses. Is it Urus? I don't know.
Yeah.
Two of them for one,
Uri.
to Uri. I would assume the plural of yours.
They would do some fancy stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
I mean, I only think of Little Baby when I think of that car.
And any of these cars, especially the Bentayga when it first came out, everyone was just so.
And they all traded it in
for the Urus.
And
now everyone has the Urus. I'm personally not the biggest fan of the Urus, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I find it kind of like Hot Wheelsy. In a way, I don't know. It's like people are probably gonna blast me for that, but it's just like my opinion. Like,
I don't know.
I like some of the customs I've seen on it, like DDG the rapper.
He
used to do YouTube. Oh, like he still does YouTube now, but like he rapped his nice, like it's similar to Travis Scott's Lamborghini with like the brown.
Travis Scott is serious with the cars and the watches as well. I mean, he's got actual money now. He's like beyond
he's big money.
Streetwear or whatever. No offense to you know what I mean, but it's like that's also a thing to me that people rarely think about. That it's like, oh, like they get to buy all these like vintage clothes that cost X amount of racks, or like the shoes are so rare. But it's like, for their finances, it's fine. Like it's literally just
it doesn't feel like much to them.
Water.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like,
and they've been wanting to do this for God knows how long. You know what I mean, right? So like, and then on top of it, you have stylists on your side proposing
on
you
your
all
side,
these things.
who was it? Like I know Kevin Hart also got caught with his stylist stealing a bunch of
money.
money.
Was it? There was Kevin Hart.
There was another person.
More recently, rapper, I think, or something.
Yeah, but
something like that. Yeah, just like buying. He was like a personal shopper and a stylist, and they were just running up.
Yeah, like buying Chanel bags and stuff instead of.
That was not what he was ordering, and just like keeping it for herself.
Because I'm assuming as the artist or as the talent, whatever it is, like be it Kevin Hart or the rapper or whoever it is, you assume like, okay, they're probably gonna eventually get some things for themselves here and there. Like at least I would hope that you have enough. You would, if you're not offering, you would assume that they're grabbing some shit for themselves, like at some point.
But
right?
you would assume the respect of the approval first, don't you think? Because you have access to a person's credit card. It's a vulnerable position, especially like I'm doing. I don't even know if she wants me to talk about this, but I have this deal that I'm doing with I'm getting more into styling more and more as like an external job from YouTube and stuff like that. Yeah. So I have a job coming up on Friday, but it's been like a 2-week shoot where like we did the lifestyle one last Friday, and then this Friday is going to be studio stuff. But like she wanted me to pull items, and she was just like, here, like she's like, here's my card, full number, everything, like order what you want. But like that's the trust that clients give to stylists all the time. So like once you break that, like
it's done. Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say whoever, once you do get caught, that's basically the end of it.
And your reputation is gone. My
reputation, I mean, you're a thief. It is what it is. It's one of those things that's almost impossible to shed. Yeah. Which is kind of fucked up when you like look deeper into it, because like everybody makes mistakes. Exactly. And like it's crazy how most people will be easier to forgive other things, but that, I guess, because it is, everybody has felt it, and probably on some type of level of being literally robbed of something. Of course. I mean, like
everyone's had that story.
It feels so wrong, that violation of like.
I just feel like you've been done so dirty, like so dirty.
Have you ever been like my sister had her place robbed?
Yeah.
And she had to move. She legit was like, I don't feel, it doesn't feel the same anymore. Like I can't trust the apartment in a weird way. You know what I mean?
It's horrible. I couldn't imagine, honestly, like knock on wood, everything that hasn't happened to me. Like no break-in, no nothing like that. But like I've only had the bag incident, like
Yeah, that famous incident.
Where I lost my bag and my mic and stuff, but that's the only thing that's ever happened.
Well, that's good that you know that's so far that's the biggest thing. That
exactly.
Means you're doing something
exactly,
right,
exactly. You got to keep your eyes on your possessions, people. It's a good thing. It's a good thing, especially like I feel like a lot of my friends from like Europe, like you say, like even for you, like when you're traveling or you're about, like just do the pocket check, do the like.
The Holy Trinity.
The Holy Trinity, like phone, wallet, keys, maybe AirPods if you want to extend it that way now, but like that's it.
I drop my AirPods at least once a day.
Yeah?
They have to touch the ground or else they don't seem to have...
the Pros don't fit in my ear.
What?
The Pros don't fit in my ear. I ordered the Pros, and then I was giving them the benefit of the doubt. Every week I would try a different...
But don't they have adjustable...
They have 3 different levels, right? So every week I was trying a different level, and then by the 4th week I wasn't using them because we were in quarantine, so I wasn't going out. And then it was past like the return date. So then I just had these AirPods that didn't fit, so I gave them to my mom for like.
Oh, I was gonna say somebody got a cool gift
exactly,
out of it
literally.
for sure,
I gave them to my mom, and then I went back to the V1s.
So the OGs.
OGs are the wave, yeah. Yeah, but the sound on the Pros are so good. Like
it is apparently very impressive. Would you ever try those over-the-ear ones?
The Beats ones?
No, the Apple ones that they released.
Yeah, they're
the
AirPods Pro or whatever. Yeah. No, AirPods Max or whatever.
Pro Max.
Yeah. Oh my God.
$1 trillion company. People don't even know the names. I just want that one. I want the new one.
I'm not a big fan of over-the-ear headphones if it's everyday wear, just because I like the convenience of just like chucking them in. I like
the look of it too. I mean, I'm not too vain to say it. Like, they don't look as good as just popping them in and out.
They don't. Even the new like Mac, like iMacs, I don't find look as refined.
The ones with the colors?
Yeah, yeah. I find they look very almost Android-like in an odd way.
Interesting.
Or like Windows, I want to say.
Because
they are,
almost.
they're very sharp for what Apple's going for right now.
As well.
Colors too, which is like, it's a throwback to like
the old
original
like
ones,
the plastic ones.
Yeah, I saw like the MKBHD or whatever.
Oh yeah, you did?
Yeah, it's cool. I like it. I like tech videos.
Yeah,
just to switch it up from fashion, because it gets so overwhelming sometimes just consuming fashion every single day. Like,
yeah, do you ever watch Threaducation?
Yes, I do. I do. I'm not consistent with his videos. I think the last one I saw was the Marni one.
Is it Frugal Aesthetics that's gone to over 1 million subs? Like,
big thing. Shout out Frugal Aesthetics.
That's amazing, honestly.
Quick congrats.
Yeah.
We kind of have a slight inspo from the green backdrop from your pod, but like,
wow,
beautiful. Yeah.
That's
now that I saw about that,
But yeah, isn't it amazing to you, especially having seen almost. I mean, to me, like, you're up there with, like, the OGs of fashion YouTube, especially. Like, that first wave of kids that were like, oh, shit, we can do something with this, you know? A lot of people start not doing it anymore. You're still doing it. And you're seeing these channels. Like, how do you see all that, like, the whole change? Because you've literally lived through YouTube eras. So how do you see it, and how do you see it going in the future? Yeah.
I see the generations that are coming are just becoming more curious and like and transparent with a lot of things too. So like recently I got added into this like YouTube community like
a Discord?
Instagram. No, it's like they have a Discord too, I think.
Okay.
I don't always use Discord.
That's
I always
use
it
by the way. Discord
it's
surreal,
super big.
Yeah.
It's super big. That's like almost as big as like Twitch and every other platform right now.
It's coming there.
Exactly. And then so they have this group chat on Instagram, and it's just like a bunch of the younger YouTubers.
Creators,
yeah, exactly. And like we just chop it up. Whatever people drop, they just drop their video. We all check it out.
Because I feel like this generation has done such a good job of using it now as a business tool.
Yeah.
It went from, and I feel like you were almost kind of at the tail end of it being still just, I'm doing this for fun. I just like these shits. I bought them. Here's my review.
Exactly.
Moving on, like here's a vlog. Here's this and that. Now it almost feels like the game plan is totally different when you enter it.
For sure.
And especially, it is very well catered to fashion because you sell the lifestyle through to YouTube. But then with the platform,
it sustains it.
Convert them into your merch store, or I don't want to be disrespectful by saying merch to the clothing or whatever, and then
whatever you want to decide to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Like for example,
Levi
does the merch, you know, so like, and it does well for him, you know. So.
But do you feel like there is kind of like almost a minimum amount of time that you would give before, like if you would advise somebody that's like, I'm just starting my YouTube, starting to get some subs. Fashion YouTube specifically, would you tell them to wait on the merch, build an audience first, or kind of like, yo, just start off, you never know what piece is going to pop off, and it could kind of go the other way around, you know?
Yeah. I think it depends on how engaged your audience is. Like if you see that like your audience is going crazy, like in the comments
themselves, but
it's like how much they're like die hard or almost culty, you know, because then that's going to convert into sales. Not to like look at your audience as like a bunch of piranhas that are ready to attack you, but like you, in the mind of a business, you have to operate in that manner, right? Like you have to know
it's market research.
It's market research. You know what your audience wants at the end of the day. So I would wait until you see like how engaged the audience is for anyone that's watching. Because I even talked to a newer YouTuber now too that I just came across. He's not too new though. He's been doing this for maybe like a year and a half, 2 years. Okay. Mark, and he just hit like 10K on IG. And he was asking me the same question, like what should I do this full time? Like, he asked me if I'm doing it full time. I was like, yeah, but like, I'm also doing other things that stem off of it as well. But I was like, bro, if you feel like deep down in your gut, like this is it, like do it. But at the same time, it doesn't hurt like doing an actual position in fashion just to try it, to say that you've done it. If you like it, continue it. If not, then you could go back and do a full on like yourself. Cause that's what I did. Like I went to the corporate route, and then it flopped for me like right before COVID. Like I think I've told this story before, but it flopped for me. I didn't like it. I didn't like being like in this box per se. And after that, I just went full on in YouTube for like the past year and a half. Ever since COVID, like I just been going hard with the content, right? So and then ever since then, like the channel's grown the most it's ever had. Like
really? That's awesome.
So it's been going great. It's a lot of work, but then also it's great because I'm doing like consulting now. I'm doing styling, XYZ. So it's
I guess time management and everything, but especially with something that has so much, I guess, what's the word? Like post work, meaning that like it's not enough to just shoot the damn video. You got to edit it and upload it, you know, which is, I feel like what 99% of the people that have that thought of, I could do YouTube, they don't think about that. It's like, yeah, of course it's fun to watch the video and to film it, but are you going to do the dirty work? And not only that, but I imagine, because you are the creator, like, I'm assuming that you have to find joy in it, or else it's not gonna...
Yeah, or else it's not fun. Like, the moment you make this feel like a job, it's not fun.
So just for the people, just to get a bit of an idea, like, your videos, the range is from, let's say, ballpark 15 to half an hour most of the time when you upload?
Yeah.
15 minutes,
15 to half an hour. Max around, Unless it's a vlog, it's like 40 minutes, but then it's a bit easier to edit vlog.
But between the shooting and the editing, like, there's hours and hours of work that comes before people get to just see it
It's
on their
an easy day or two of editing.
Right.
Filming is like another half day. Right. And for example, this, like, for people that don't know, like the back end of the podcast, it's like Remi and I coming up with like topics, and then we have to coordinate with Tragic Studios, which shout out to Tragic Studios for letting us use the studio. Coordinating with them, finding a time. Then we go here. I have to bring all my equipment here. Then we record. I have to make sure Justice is here, available to record us. Shout out Justice. And then after that, then he has to edit the sound, and then he has to send us the sound, approve the sound. Then we have to get Remi to upload it, upload the file of audio with the artwork, and then I have to use the audio to edit this, sync the files with two cameras. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff.
And all this is not complaining, by the way. It's just
no. It's just to understand the depth
of what's actually happening.
Because I love to do this. This is fun.
Exactly.
But
and that's kind of what the whole point of it is, that throughout all this, there is the joy within the process, because or else we wouldn't be doing it, you know? So it is definitely like,
no one has a gun to our head.
It's important to find because I was thinking of you know them, the whole garden party crew,
of course, Beamski, Noah, Finn.
As far as I know, there's no YouTube right yet.
No.
Do you feel like that would be like, because I feel like they would be like made for that space.
That would be great for them, honestly. I feel like,
but do you think they would find the joy into the editing and all that? That's kind of...
I feel like Noah's such a brilliant character, as just like he's willing to try anything and ask anything too. Right. But I feel like when he knows it's the right move, he'll do it, because he has the tools to do anything. Like, he found out how to produce his own clothes on his own. Like, he's 16 years old. Yeah. He's already making clothing. So like, anyone that is asking me how to produce clothing, I'm like, bro, the internet is your gold mine. Like, you could put in how to manufacture XYZ, you'll find it. Or even there's Owen Rogers. He has a OnlyFans to show you how to make clothing too. You know what I mean? Which is crazy. So there's like a lot of ways to find out how to do it. Beamski's one of those people that just like, if he wants to do something, he's going to do it. So with YouTube, I feel like if he wanted to do it, he probably would have done that by now. Right. I feel like the brand is more of his focus right now. And he's young. He's probably trying out stuff, right? So, but he's curious. Like, I think he's watched almost all of my stuff by the feel of it, because he's just like, he picks up on certain cues, like, and I just know that he's known it. Yeah, exactly. So
that's awesome.
He's knowledgeable. He's super knowledgeable, and he's willing to learn even more. So. And
the first drop was a couple of weeks ago now. Working on drop 2, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think he did. Actually, second drop was like maybe like a micro drop, was the Truckers he just did.
Right.
Like the Garden Boy and Garden Girl. And now he's dropping a collab with Leaders of identity. I feel, sorry if I'm butchering the last name, but it's like Leaders. I'm just gonna call it Leaders for short, which is Mark Tash's and his partner's brand. So they're doing a little collab now, and then also Beamsky's gonna drop a couple tees with some other stuff for Garden Party. So shout out Garden Party doing their thing.
Yeah, a
bunch of smaller brands going crazy right now.
Do you feel Montreal is a good city for
fashion?
Yeah, but not necessarily for fashion, because in general I feel like it does have a bit of style compared to other Canadian cities.
For sure.
But more of the artists themselves, like people from, because I know a lot of designers are mostly European or Asian, most of the time.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about Montreal designers specifically?
I always find like Montreal has a certain charm to it. Like there's an appeal that the States kind of puts on Montreal. It's almost like this like mystical, almost European
the whole
getaway,
thing,
they're like, ooh, so I feel like that's why there's certain creatives like a Virgil or like a Heron that like gravitate here, because they just feel this energy that we have, which I didn't see it for so long until like you go to other places, like for example like a Waz or like any other friend that we have in like a New York or LA or anything. They're just like, yo, there's something about Montreal that's like sick. Or like anyone that they meet from Montreal, they're like, everyone's just super genuine or like interesting as a character, or has some type of tale. So
I don't know. My theory has always been that we go through so much shit during the winter.
Yeah.
That when we do have a chance to have a good time, we'll have a really good time in Montreal.
The best
the city
time.
will know how to fucking
I swear. Point proven with this. Like we're about to have no curfew.
Oh my god. Yeah.
We're about to have no curfew on the 28th.
Lugo's not slick freeing it up for his birthday
his birthday. Shout out to Lugo's birthday bash. We're there, baby.
I don't care why or reason, as long as you're doing it. Let's take it,
Shout out to Lugo, man. He's freeing up the gang.
Man's like, wait. We're getting kind of close to my birthday here. Can you all get vaxxed up real quick?
We're about to see him on the mountain going crazy.
He's going to open up a beach club,
Oh, really?
Yeah. Today, when we're recording, is his birthday, and he's opening up for the weekend.
Okay, I see it. He's
going to
be posted on the terrace. We're going to see him.
Exactly.
With the Quebec hat on.
As a show of good faith, It's just to show that we're healing.
Lugo needs a drip check.
Are you excited for this summer? How do you feel this summer is going to go down?
People have been cooped up for too long, man. People are going to... Someone gave this funny analogy to me. It was like after the plague was like the hippie era or something like that. It might have been some type of pandemic or epidemic.
Well,
that
after was it the Spanish flu, the 1918 flu?
Okay.
There was the Roaring Twenties after that.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah, so they said like every 100 years or something.
Yeah,
there's like this.
Literally 100 years.
Yeah,
apart.
there's like this tragedy that happens, and then right after is like this boom of lighthearted people that are just willing to do anything and just have a great time. Yeah. And I feel like we're living through that right now with exactly what's happening.
Hopefully, man.
Hopefully things don't get worse. But I feel like there's this energy that's brewing up.
People are starting to ready to
have a great time.
It's starting to feel like we're getting somewhere.
Mm-hmm. And it makes our generation more specifically like appreciate things like going to a restaurant, what I mean? Like we weren't able to do that for so long, and like that's making me be like, wow, like there's some things in the city that if you take it away, it doesn't make it Montreal anymore. Nightlife in Montreal is so important. Restaurants are so important. Like I remember last summer I wanted to make content of just like going to different restaurants and like tasting, like vlogging it or whatever, and then I don't even think it was last summer. It was like maybe whenever I had the idea, I was like, oh, that would be great. And I just threw it to the back. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And then I wasn't able to do it when you when you take it away.
You still haven't been able to, let alone want to.
Yeah. I haven't been, like, it's like first I didn't want to because it's just like not right time. And then I wasn't able to. And I was like, damn, like when you can't do something, it just changes it,
You actually see what it's worth, Would you ever do, because Unknown Vlogs, I'm sure you've been at least seeing the recommended, how he's been just asking people what they're wearing. He kind of dropped the whole price thing, which I think is smart, because eventually people are like,
for sure.
Every other comment must have been, who cares about how much it costs?
I remember TJR was actually one of the first people that I remember doing videos like that. He would be like at FIT, like what what the kids out of FIT are wearing or something like that, or like what people in New York are wearing. He was like one of the first people I remember seeing.
Because there are videos for literally every city of like, oh, what's New
so
York wearing? What are you wearing today?
Yeah.
Would you ever do a one-off for like this reemergence of random people in Montreal asking them what they're wearing? Would you ever see yourself doing that kind of man on the street type of YouTube?
I don't know. I feel like I would.
Because there are people that dress very well in Montreal. You can find people.
You can
also see.
You can
everything under the sun. But would you ever do?
I think I'd be a little too shy to do that. Maybe I'd do it in like some vlog footage here and there, but I don't know if I'd have a designated video because I have this like thing in my head about like running off with other people's content. Like
no, but I'm saying like
because it is such like a
one-time thing.
Yeah, a one-time thing for sure. But I do feel like Icy like has that, like that's very much his thing. Right
no,
now.
But I'm saying like if there's you're invited to an event at Essence, it's outside.
Oh, I would do that. Yeah,
there's people, mad different styles.
Yeah, because I've done it before. Like I went to an event at Essence, and then I had met Justice's cousin Eugene there. I think that was like one of the first times I seen him, and he was wearing this like Dior oblique sheer top and some like Levi's shorts and some crazy shoes. I forget whatever shoes they were, but it was a crazy outfit. And I was like, bro, can I film this for YouTube? And he was like, yeah, of course, like for sure. But like that was like one of the first moments where like I knew of someone, but like not super well yet. Not like the relationship I have now with Eugene, but it was more like just like having the confidence to go and film someone and appreciate their fashion. It's like definitely something I was really
How do you feel when you're actually vlogging? Is there still, because you've been doing it now for years, do you still get a bit of a sense of, is there people looking, or are you like straight up, I'm just going? All the time. Yeah? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I feel like you still get that because everyone is still such a curious human still. So like, no matter how new generation we're going to get and technology is going to advance and people are going to understand that there's a job now that is being like a YouTuber or a content creator, there's still going to be people looking at you in the street being like, what is this person doing? Or like, why are they taking pictures in the street? Or why is this person holding up a camera to film them?
Random comments for like people that just don't get it, like,
oh yeah, like woo, or like,
are you trying to film my house now?
Work it, like
I'm shooting myself
literally,
right now.
or like giggles, like weird stuff like that. Some people just don't get it, but it's whatever. It makes it easier. The cheat code is vlogging on your phone. The phone camera is so good now. I don't even have the recent phone, but once I do, it's gonna be like a gold mine. Like
I can't remember which YouTuber. He would always say, the second there's somebody that looks like he's, like they're about to ask him, he's like, oh, I'm filming, I'm on vacation, I'm filming for my family. Do you want to say hi? And then they just like, oh, tourists, just leave him alone type of thing. That's kind of a good excuse, I guess.
But super clutch. That is super clutch.
But to me, it is like very like, again, another thing that, because I consume a lot of videos, so I'm like, it's so crazy that people are able to go through it. And for some people, I'm sure it's not even a challenge. But even for you that does it and enjoys it, it's still like, you're conscious that you're doing something that most people don't do,
for sure.
Filming themselves throughout the day.
100%.
But to me, it's still like crazy that like, we do that shit and you get rewarded for it, which is awesome. And it's like, it's such a crazy thing that would be impossible to explain just to like a couple generations back. First of all, how you get to do it.
My mom's employees don't get it. Like they ask her all the time, like, oh, like, what does your son do? She like tries to explain it, and like it just goes over a lot of their heads. Like some of them don't get it because they're like, it's an older crowd.
Yeah, totally.
Some of them do though because they're like closer to my mom's age, which like.
But it's the same people that were like way back saying, how are you gonna make money with music?
Yeah,
like, how are you gonna make money selling
how
records?
Are you gonna make, like no, the entertainment industry. Oh man.
But I mean, you are literally in the entertainment business. It's just a different platform of entertainment.
It is.
It's like,
it totally is.
As far as I know, you share the same platform as every major artist. When they drop a video, they use the same thing. So
it's true.
It's still entertainment. You know?
True. And now we're on like even more so those platforms, like now being on like Apple and Spotify. Like all of these are platforms that are shared by entertainers. You know what I mean? So like, and we're totally doing that.
It's kind of made the whole thing democratic in a way where it's like, obviously the bigger names will have more money invested in it, so more chances of being seen, but at least you're in the same platform straight up.
And what I like is that you could organically do this without having that push from like a machine. You know what I mean? Like you could definitely have that's the one thing that people feel, that when you're becoming a YouTuber, you kind of have to like abide by this standard of consuming all the time in order to please an audience. But
yeah,
at first I felt that pressure for sure, but like now more so, I get gifted a lot of product, I get seeded a lot of product, so like it helps sustain the content that I need to put out in order to like make the audience feel satisfied, and I feel satisfied with the content I'm putting out too. But
there is also the loophole of like in a lot of fields, like let's say sneakers or fashion in general, like you, even if, because you are feeding into the buying all the time, but there is kind of that excuse of like, I'll just resell it and it'll pay for the next one, you know? But it is still feeding into consumerism. It is. For you as a creator, you do have to, I'm assuming, like kind of battle with, well, it is still good to have those pickup videos and hauls, but then again, I just want to buy stuff for the channel. Like people won't necessarily. Yeah,
because like, at the end of the day, I'm not buying it to please an audience. I'm buying it for myself. And then if I am acquiring items, some people are like, it is very excessive. Yeah, it is. I agree. But like a lot of the stuff that I'm getting, I don't let it go or throw it in a landfill or donate it too often. Like a lot of this stuff doesn't happen often because I hold on to it in order to do the other jobs that I have outside of YouTube, like the styling positions and stuff like that. And now when I have this vast wardrobe to select from, people are happy with that. Like if I didn't have that, I wouldn't be getting these. Yeah, it's an asset now. Absolutely. So it's great. Yeah.
I mean, it's and it's also, it's so funny to me because literally everybody chooses how they want to spend their money.
It's true.
A lot of people like
people love to tell you how to spend your own
It's like, yo, if you're able to figure out how to get your pack of cigarettes in, motherfuckers are gonna figure out how to get their raff in. Like straight up, it's the same thing. It's like you'll figure out a way to make it work.
That's crazy.
But it's true. It's like, because you're always willing to justify it when it's something that you like, but when it's something that's like kind of outside of your realm, I don't want to say understanding, but outside of what you like, it becomes this absurd gesture of, oh, aren't you thinking about the downside? And oh, there's so much pollution. Oh, it's like you're able to justify what you buy. I'm able to justify what I buy.
My goodness,
that is what it is, you know.
YouTube had this new feature now where you could like kind of treat it like a timeline where you could share other people's videos, or you could like put a status. You could like, they even have stories on YouTube now too.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I see that on the mobile.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you could post. You don't have to post just videos anymore.
No.
So there was this video that came up in my recommended by some woman content creator. She was like just talking about why there is all these. She was questioning why there's all these Zara hauls that was like popular over like quarantine and even like spring, coming back to the spring season. And she's just like, did everyone forget that Zara is just like not a great place to shop for clothing? Or like there's like a lot of other places. And she was being totally like subjective. Like she was like, you know what, you could do what you want, but like even if you are going to consume Zara, at least like be responsible enough to say like, I'm buying this for me. It is selfish, and I know it's a shitty company. They produce with bad wages and like horrible for the environment, etc. But like people I'm keeping it in my
messages in the labels like help
literally
us.
Like help That's us, like we're not getting paid. Help us. And she was saying, at least if you're doing that, at least be mindful enough to be like, I'm keeping it in my wardrobe because I can't afford the other stuff, and I am actually going to be wearing this. I'm not wearing it for a summer so that I look like hot and then I'm throwing it away. You know what I mean?
But also more like philosophically speaking, do you even think it's possible to be that type of person that never never supports quote unquote bad industries? It's no. Because if you're like all in, all my clothes are vegan and all that, that good?
You can't.
Or what about your coffee? Is it Starbucks or is it like?
No one's the perfect person, but we can all do what we can. But like if it's blatantly in front of your face that it is not a great company, I feel like there's a lot of other options out there for you. Then like, I mean, hey, but then if you do want to consume it, I'm not knocking you for that either. Like as long as you keep it.
Yeah, it's about picking your battles.
Yeah, exactly.
Some people are like completely ignorant on certain things,
if you're
which
ignorant,
is fine. Like it's like you could tell them that, and they could be like, "Oh, really?"
Yeah.
Because I mean, ignorance is definitely like widespread. You know, it's not like it's like a rarity, but I get it, and I guess it's just because is the worlds that we understand. So it's like, how could you not know?
Yeah.
Like, there's a Zara on every fucking main street in the world, and you're telling me you don't even know how shit that company is, you know?
I liked how valid her argument was, though. That was like why I shared the video. It was just because it was so, she was able to touch on both sides so thoroughly, you know? And then that's why I shared it, because I was like, yeah, it's rare to do that in an argument, you know? And like, please the person that is consuming it and making sure that they don't feel shitty about themselves, because like all you have to do is be responsible, you know? And then like, or like just transparent.
I just really hope the rise of vintage kind of kills fast fashion in a lot of ways.
I hope so too.
And also, I guess fast fashion and a combination of like smaller brands having easier reachability by way of the internet. Yeah. Hopefully these two things together could like see the end of
for sure
bigger companies.
Because don't get me wrong, there is like fast fashion that is beneficial to the fashion space in a way. I feel like,
well, it helps push the envelope, because whatever fast fashion has it's not like avant-garde anymore. So now you get to push it a little bit longer. So
I was listening to the Selective podcast by TMP and all of them, and the majority of his wardrobe is Uniqlo mixed with like a lot of these higher end designers, and like he has some shit. Like,
you heard
he
anything
has like
bad about Uniqlo?
I mean,
I haven't personally.
I haven't heard anything bad, but I can't imagine
how
it's
can
the
you get
greatest.
That big and not
you know what I mean? Like, but at the same time, I salute them for what they're doing, because like everyone that has Uniqlo doesn't just toss it after a couple wears. Like it stays in their closet. Like everything that I have from Uniqlo has been.
So wait,
there.
you've never?
I know. I shop there.
Okay,
I partake.
Okay,
I mess with Uniqlo. I like it a lot.
Same.
I like what they stand for, because it's a lot of basics, and they're not taking from any other designers. They have their own cuts. They have their own like service that they provide.
And at this point, they're almost like they kind of took the whole collaborative shtick from H&M and like, we're gonna
did it the best, you know? And they did it with like
full-on brands like Marvel,
popular brands too, you know?
And, even
JW Anderson,
like big,
Jill Sander, like crazy brands.
Yeah, I mean, it shows how long we've been in this goddamn quarantine that a Uniqlo has been fully built and open, and I haven't even seen that shit with my own eyes yet.
You gotta go. That's like, I think one of the biggest ones in North America.
I haven't been downtown outside of like
really.
For work, when I had to work downtown.
Fair.
But actually, like just walking around shopping, nah. I'm waiting to get fully.
Jeez.
Because I mean, why? You know.
That's true.
At this point.
Do you feel comfortable talking about your job a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Yeah? Definitely.
So you tell them about it a little bit, because like I feel like not many people know about that company a lot, about vintage frames.
Oh, vintage frames. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna get too deep into vintage frames, but I mean, it's they just dropped with 40 ounce Vans. Yeah. Oh, is it 40 ounce Vans or upscale? No.
It was upscale Vandal. Upscale Vandal. My bad.
Upscale.
You have a lot of turnaround.
Yeah. Just goes but I mean. Yeah, it's always cool to see. Florida's coming. By the way, Miami's coming. Nice. I saw his kid with the selfie T-shirt. You know, Young Selfie on Instagram, right? Yeah. Came out of nowhere. To me personally.
Yeah. But as a friend to 40, I wasn't really expecting that, because he's always been like a very dolo type of figure. Whenever I see him.
Respect his watch game.
For sure. Yeah. For sure. Love his
watch game. People are wild about Nautilus now. Like the Nautilus is like no, you don't get like. Used to be that, I mean, it's an amazing watch. Like after the Royal Oak, to me, it's up there as like
100%
classic. You can't beat it type classic, of shit. Yeah. But motherfuckers went from being like 30, 35 to 58, 60, almost overnight. Drake wore one recently. The green face is amazing, but it's like. Anyways, I like Selfie's choices in watches. What I'm saying. I totally and just agree. In general, VF just as a whole, like coming back to the whole Montreal. Like I love seeing shit like this. Cartier even, and I'm not putting anything on who's higher, who's lower. I'm just staying
no
brands,
no scale.
New Regime, Beamski, even R.I.P. Malice.
R.I.P.
But
Malice.
Like Dutty, he's an artist straight up, but
he has his own merch wave, too, like his own vibe.
I just love that shit. You know, it's just cool. So you know, to be a part of that in whatever capacity is dope, and just. Coming back to what we were just saying, support local businesses as much as you can.
As much.
They're putting in 10 times the effort and getting a fraction of the reward. And literally, your you're buying of that T-shirt or whatever garment from them instead of the major, let's call them the majors, the big boys, or whatever you want to call them.
The labels.
It literally is going to make the difference. And I'm repeating myself, I know, because I said the same thing when we were talking about the Trevor's, the shoes, the slugs.
Yeah.
It's like, and at this point, it's even wilder than that for that specific example, because you're literally either giving money to a third party that's giving money to Nike indirectly, instead of just straight up giving your money to a person who's been creative and an artist, you know? So as much as you can, wherever you're from, we happen to be in Montreal, so that's why I'm naming the brands that I've been naming.
But, I mean,
but wherever you are from,
anywhere,
should the hat you're wearing, dog, fuck about local. Let's support local businesses in that sense.
Exactly.
Local in the internet.
Yeah, whatever you consume on the daily. If you have like other brands, that
local is whatever you consume regularly.
Yeah.
That's beautifully said, actually.
It's true, because like whatever you digest in is your own bubble of the world, right? So like if that's the people you watch, like Keezy or me, whenever I have a collection, or Ray from Ore, like all of these people are like different components of this world that you consume. If you're watching this, I'm pretty sure you watch them too. You're probably gonna buy from them. You know what I mean? And then that money that goes to them, it's not for them to go and ball out and show off clothing on the channel, because that's not my intent. I'm sure that's not Keezy's intent either. It's like literally to provide this world that we've had brewing up in our head for so long, and then eventually put it out to you guys, and then if you guys enjoy it, it's like it's the best feeling in the world. You know what I mean? It's
and
crazy.
Even if like they were to do whatever they want with their money, it does not take away whatsoever from your action that was supporting an up and coming artist, or however you want to label it, but a smaller brand.
You can at least see the cause and effect with it. You know what I mean?
And even if you're like, oh, I can't believe it, like this guy, like I thought he was going to do something. There was only 2 seasons and it never picked up or whatever. First of all, so many variables, you never know. But it also, again, it doesn't take away from what you did, which was, again, supporting them. So it's like, again, put your money where your mouth is. You're going to spend that money anyways.
Exactly.
So if you,
it's going somewhere.
if you're going to wait for like Amiri jeans to go on sale, like instead you could have legit bought supported 5 different smaller brands and made a difference in their creative process, that whole thing.
Yep.
But to each his own, definitely do whatever you want with your money. But it's like, don't be surprised if then shit is all the same and it's always like,
and everyone looks like
copy and pasted, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, I don't know. I feel like it's interesting how it's such a thriving community, but on the other hand, Keezy even mentions it in the whole like, he does these videos every once in a while of like, you know, fashion trends.
The trends videos,
and all. And it's like, yo, everybody with the same tote bag and
the whole look
that
right
whole,
now,
you know, the MoMA sweater and all that shit. It's like, do it if you want, but like, be creative, or at least, you know, get a small brand's tote bag, a smaller, like a more independent or some type of variable with the jeans or whatever. I don't know. Again, to each his own, but it's like, if you actually, because like
even to me, it's like there's only a few of those type of guys with that aesthetic that have like floated to the top of that I feel like will stand the test of time, because like eventually the people that were doing it first, or doing it the best rather, are gonna rise to the top, and then the rest are just gonna look like almost wannabe characters of that same.
It's kind of like
giant,
if it's your look, if it fits you, you know what I mean? Cause
exactly.
I think that is one of the most obvious and yet one of the least like stressed out things about fashion is like, people can tell if you're not actually feeling it, if you're just trying to fit in.
Do it for likes.
That shit, people can see right through that shit. Like, there's a reason Jeffrey, Young Thug, can wear anything he fucking wants, or Uzi.
Shout out Jeffrey. And Uzi.
Do you understand? Like, it is because they actually fuck with what they're wearing. Like, sometimes it'll be the same shit that everybody else is wearing, but in their own way. Sometimes it'll be completely out of left field, and that's why I feel those guys. And again, just 2 examples. Like, plenty of different people do it. It's authentic, you know. Even you, like the whole the long leather trench coat, that brown caramel color, then switching it up to the shorts and the boots. You know, it's like, it's you every time. It's not necessarily the same thing, first of all, and it's also authentic. So my whole point with bringing you up in this is that I'm not saying just find one thing that you like to wear and wear it all the time.
Yeah, no, because you could have layers. You can have dimension.
It has to feel authentic.
Yeah, it just has to feel right to you. That's all.
Yeah, literally that's all it is. And I feel like that part, it goes so far. And it can save some people so much money over the years. It could have saved me a bunch of money, you know?
Me too, bro. Me too.
But it's like, it's crazy how but again, I understand the whole cycle. You get a lot, you get those, what are these called? The things the horses have to wear, like the tunnel vision, I guess, the whole thing. But it's like, whatever that's called, I feel like whenever you get into something, you kind of start wearing those motherfuckers and you have a hard time seeing, the forest, the tree for the forest.
You get caught in this, cycle of just wanting to the next one. Like even my friend Jacob Batat sent me the other day the Marni mules, like the fur ones. They were so sick when they first dropped. When I seen them, I was like, those are cool, whatever.
Right.
Then he sent me the yellow ones. I was like, oh fuck, those are sick.
Those like the slime green?
No, there's like a yellow pair dropping.
Oh really?
And then I was like, those are so hard. But now I'm like, bro, how many sandals do I need, bro?
How do you feel about talking about those, the Bottega, the rubber ones? Bottega Veneta.
They're cool.
They're like Yeezys. But
yeah, they're like Yeezys, but I feel like the CLOG wave is here, like people are wearing Crocs.
But if we say it's here, that means it's on the way out.
That's
how fashion works.
That's the thing, basically. And then I'm like, how many times am I going to wear yellow fur Marni mules, And I was like, not too often. I'm going to stick to the crystals. I invested heavily in those last summer. I'm going to keep on wearing those.
They've proven
their
status, like their staying status.
For sure. And even the Rick Birkenstocks, I've had those for a couple of years now. Yeah. And they're still going hard. And they keep on going up, if anything. After Virgil wore them, they went up. There's a bunch of different factors of them going up.
Speaking about Virgil, it's yellow season. Official images of the forces came out.
When I seen those yesterday, I was tripping. Those are nuts.
Yeah, there might be one of his best.
That goes back into me not wanting to consume, but I'm like, oh man.
But I'm pretty sure from what I saw, it's another, because the black ones are MoMA.
Yeah.
The blue ones are Chicago Museum. I think this one's the Detroit exhibit because he has another exhibit.
The white one was the only one that wasn't
Complex Con.
It was Complex Con.
So
right?
they're all, you had to be in one physical space to get them. But
it's
they're going to be a problem.
Yeah, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, because it's
even
a yellow shoe summer.
Yeah.
For shoes, it's a yellow
it's
summer.
a color for this moment, but for me, it's just
it's always been yellow gang for you. I mean, people have. They can look back.
They could go back. You could do your statistics.
Do your Googles.
Do your Googles. It's there. Even the Jordan 1s are hard.
The canary yellows?
Canary yellows are hard too. Well,
I know I'm putting you on the spot right now, but what would you say is a top tier yellow shoe that's already dropped?
That's already dropped?
The Kiko A6.
Kiko A6 is up there.
I'm just off the top of my head, I can't even think of that many.
There's not too many off the top. I mean, the Grateful Deads or whatever. That's not for me, dope, but they're dope. I
mean, there's the yellow canary SBs, the Dunks.
Yeah, the diamonds, right?
Yeah. They're another Complex Con exclusive, but I guess the human races. But I guess oftentimes yellow shoes, they get the whole bumblebee treatment, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Because I feel like you're more of a purist. You don't need the black.
No, I don't need the yellow. Black. Yeah, I'm more of a powder yellow guy. I'm not bumblebee yellow type of guy.
Right.
Even the off-white ones that are about to drop, the Forces, they're a little too saturated. It's a strong yellow. It's a strong yellow. It's very strong, but it's still
well, the swoosh breaks it up pretty good.
Yeah, it does. And also the fact that it's the authentic Air Force One as opposed to the one from the 10, where it was more morphed. You know what I mean?
Transparent one?
Yeah, the transparent one. It's a different type of shape.
You know how much those go for now?
A lot.
2,500 USD.
Even the not the MoMAs, the MCAs, they were going for 800 out the gate, and then now they're 2.3, 2.4.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Damn.
But I mean,
that's why I'm scared for the yellow ones.
But we're talking at a time where just all white Forces are actually selling for over resale.
Even
for over retail, sorry.
Regular release 992s flip, bro.
Yeah, but they'll produce way less 992s.
I know, but I'm saying
even
I'm talking about general release things are flipping.
Yeah. No,
it's crazy.
It's wild to me because Nike, shout out to them. They know that shoe never goes on sale. I'm pointing for people. I'm pointing at my.
There's a pair of G phases on the ground. Right
but it's it's so genius that they'll produce ridiculous numbers, but they'll never produce too much because you'll always have that time at the beginning of the summer season where they'll be hard to find.
Yep.
The summer season, I think we just figured it out. It's because people are going to be able to go back out. People are getting
exactly
like,
bringing the vibrancy back.
It's like it's summertime.
Yeah.
Let me grab a couple forces. But I used to work at Foot Locker, and it is Nike policy to never put them on sale. Like they never want to see.
Because they know they're always going to produce them.
No,
right?
if they have a colorway, you can put them on sale. If they're all whites or all
white,
blacks,
never.
Nah. We don't want to see any type of discount on those because it's like you're loafing. If you can't find somebody to pay retail for Air Forces, you shouldn't
even when you were at Foot Locker. No. Sorry to disclose that, my bad.
No,
but like I mean, you worked at Foot Locker. Never once on sale.
Ever? No. Even for the employees. Wow. We couldn't get the employee discount on him.
That was one shoe you
because it was a legit side hustle from what I heard. Not when I was working there.
That's crazy.
But some people may do it. I'm saying company policy is no Foot Locker employee is allowed to get discounts on Forces.
Damn,
like,
bro.
Some people do it. I'm not saying like, oh, it's impossible to get Forces at a discount. I'm saying company policy.
Some people are plugged up,
Because Nike is notoriously strict with his contract, with their contracts. Like, I'm not saying they're not pulling the Foot Locker contract. However, they are the big boys at the table wherever they sit, basically.
What they say goes at that end.
Yeah. I knew somebody, we're not going to name names, but who had a store in Montreal selling just... He didn't have a tier 0 account, like really GR stuff, a couple of, semi-limited release, because the way the catalog works is like, you got to pay up. Like, the more you pay, the more access to the catalog you get. Like, oh, you want this release? You're going to need to get 150 GRs to sell, not only just to get them, but we need to see them move before you're going to get your shipment of those rare ones, And he, unfortunately, had the misfortune of missing one payment for Nike. And they were like, this is your only chance. If this happens again, you are never going to be able to get another Nike contract ever. Like, we got plenty of people that are ready to get your spot for your contract alive, even in Montreal. And he's like, oh, this is one back payment. One. Not even like...
They're so petty, bro. What the hell?
But so think of it, for them, it's like... they're at a level where it's corporate policy. It's
All they care about is getting the money coming in.
We can't think about your emotions. We're thinking about our stock value.
Yeah.
And it sucks to say, but that's where they're operating. Whereas we've been to the Nike store in New York together, right? That big one?
Yeah.
That got refurbished for billions of dollars. Like, that's how big.
It's a major company, bro.
I still don't.
It's huge.
Like, because I don't know why, but I'll still every once in a while, like, see articles or whatever. And, like, apparently, I always think of that kid, that meme kid. Apparently, put him here, please. I'm giving you
I got you.
Apparently, Ferrari is a more valuable logo than Nike. That prancing horse with the yellow. Really? Because I'm thinking there's more chances of seeing a Nike logo all over the world and being recognized than that horse.
Is that in real estate value? In what capacity it holds in your head?
I think the evaluation was that if you were to sell that logo, which would be more valuable? Because it's brand recognition. They're not, because you can tell that Ferrari produces, I think, something like 8,000 or 9,000 vehicles a year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Maybe wrong. I know car people are very specific. So if I'm wrong, tell me. I love to learn. Just tell me this. It's just millions less than Nike, right?
For sure.
So obviously the company itself is more valuable than Nike as a whole. But I think what I was saying was that the logo itself is more recognized or more valuable. And that's kind of like, it's mind-blowing to me.
It is. Because you produce millions and millions of shoes, yet the company that sells in the thousands of cars is more notable. Is that the right term? But
I don't, because to me it's like they're both aspirational brands.
Yeah.
Because you want to be Jordan, you want
the 488.
You want exactly. You want to see that that horse in your driveway, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
However, you can go to the price point, most likely, whatever price point you're at, be it at, you could go Off-White Nikes, you could go Dior Nikes, or you could go literally clearance at an outlet store Nike. That it's still an aspirational brand.
There's range.
But it'll cater to literally that whole demographic, making to me, logically, that symbol more valuable, right? that Ferrari logo is, you're not walking into a dealership unless you got real money, you know?
And the only thing you could partake in is like
the hats.
Grand Prix.
Yeah,
merch
the F1, I guess,
like
is
that,
big.
But everything, but like a lot of merch itself is, you can only get it through the car. A lot of stuff.
Some of the exclusive stuff.
Yeah.
Fun fact, Ferrari's the only team to have done every F1 season. It's the only brand that have been to
every single
season,
Wow.
Which you would have thought a British brand because it's a British sport, like they invented that shit. But I guess that kind of helps it being like a legacy brand.
Mm-hmm.
But dear Lord, it's surprising. But hey, I think they're doing pretty good, both of them money-wise, you know?
Of course.
Because Ferrari, I don't know, like they've been pumping out models more. Like there's been more Ferraris that have come out in the past 5 years than probably in the past 20 years.
And I feel like they've been quite ahead with like trends of cars, like when they did like the hatchback, for example, or like when they did did they do the electric version yet?
Well, the SF90 is the first hybrid production.
Okay.
Well, okay, again, LaFerrari technically can go hybrid, but you can't go full electric.
Okay.
The new SF90, you can go up to, I think, like 15 miles an hour full electric.
The most recent like supercar is is it even classified as a supercar? Because I know car purists are like, oh no, but the new Porsche, the electric one, is that classified as one?
If it has 4 doors, it's probably it won't probably fall under supercar, which is whack because there's a Koenigsegg that has it has 2 doors, but it's a 4-seater.
Yeah.
And it's 300 miles an hour, so it can be a supercar.
Exactly.
But I think you're talking about is it the Taycan? Taycan? The Taycan Turbo?
Yeah, exactly.
They called
Is
the
that
balls
like
on Porsche to have it called an electric vehicle a turbo. Like, where are you gonna put the turbo, Di? Where are you gonna put that? Anyway,
it does not exist.
But would it classify as a supercar stats wise? 1,000,000,000%. Like, I would probably venture to say that that car is better performing than an F40.
True.
And a Ferrari F40 nowadays.
Is that like the most recent like fully electric exotic car or whatever you want to call it then? Because Ferrari has yet to do it,
fully
right?
electric,
Okay.
I think the buzz is that I think Lamborghini has one coming out.
Okay.
But again, these companies like Ferrari, Lamborghini, even though they're owned by a big group, the way they're handled is still like a very like a small, more of like a fashion house, a maison versus like a big Zara type of thing. Like they don't have the infrastructure for electric cars. Like even Koenigsegg, they use a lot of electric, but it's like they're only making 25 cars.
I'm sure they're outsourcing a lot of engineers to come in on board for their projects, right?
I mean, that is hard. I mean, I know tires, they're never made by you can find, again, Koenigsegg as the example. Like, they built so much of the car that even the screws are made in-house. So
they're like completely vertically integrated?
Yeah, except for totally Nobody messes with tires.
Well, yeah, because everyone just sticks to Goodyear.
Michelin, Pirelli, or something like that. But it's a totally different technology. I guess it's a whole research. And again, rubber has been in production for so long because that's what it is. Really, it's like how we got even sneakers. Like it's come from the revolution with rubber.
The wheel ain't broke. Converse. Don't fix it.
Yeah, I mean, thank you, Soldier Boy, for your full circle. I don't know how long we've been going, but if we've been around an hour to like full circle it back to Soldier Boy is amazing. However,
is the GOAT.
Before, definitely. Before we go, I want to give because I know some people watch every video of yours. Mm-hmm. They like every upload, like actual, like, I don't want to use the word fan, whatever you want to call it.
Thanks,
I want to give them, if they've hung on for this long, I want to hit you with a quick
Q&A, rapid fire.
Yeah, you answer just the first answer that comes to mind. It's not that many questions.
Cool.
So it's going to go fast. So just before wrapping up, as a thank you to people that hung on this long.
For sure.
You answer just whatever comes to mind, all right?
Got you.
Best sandwich.
Damn. Start off with a rough one.
No wrong answers.
Gentile.
All right. One thing you own, you should throw out. Yeah, I'm hitting you. Yeah, it's treat for people to know you more. We're getting into the psyche.
Probably have some like stinky Palace T-shirt buried in my closet.
Oh wow! Okay. Shots fired. It's a mad thing. All right. What's the scariest animal?
A kangaroo, a buff one.
Whoa, that deserves a deeper dive. But we're gonna keep going. But I love that answer actually, because Loki, one of the fluffiest fuckers that looks so scary. The second you take, you could kick my ass, basically. Every
Yo,
kangaroo.
make a square up on you. Shout out to David. He's terrified of kangaroos, but he made me like troll him with that. I just sent him all the funny kangaroo videos of them just like scratching windows and like wanting to knock people out.
The dude in Australia is getting like, it's like a stalker. It's like the beginning of a horror movie.
You're terrifying.
Oh, that's the name of the horror movie. Anyway, apples or oranges?
Apples.
Have you ever asked someone for an autograph?
I don't believe so. I feel like my version of that would probably be a picture, but like I rarely do that.
But to me, that's not the same.
Yeah.
I would say because it's still.
I think the last time I did that was like Travis. That was like when I was at a meet and greet with Travis. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think happens when we die?
Enlightenment.
Ooh. We're gonna leave it at one word. Favorite action movie?
Ooh. Is Trainspotting an action movie considered?
No, it's a druggy movie.
Okay. Because it just feels like hectic. It just feels like
yeah. Well, you got to think
like actual action. Oh, okay.
Like
I'll give Fast and Furious. Just
wow.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Because
Okay.
that's like a childhood movie for me. I would say Tokyo more specifically.
What's your least favorite smell?
Ooh. Damn. What's a repulsive smell?
Well, I know some people that hate when something's like too burnt. It's like, ugh.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything that's like too overwhelming to me. I think, I don't have like a go-to one.
What's your favorite smell?
Smell. Yeah. I'm very like a musky type of guy. Like I like wood smells and stuff like that. Yeah, like musk or oud, things like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I like woody smells.
Exercise, is it worth it?
Yes.
Okay.
It is. I mean, you're a king of that.
I'm asking the questions.
You're the king of that, man. I need to follow suit with you. Like I need to get back into the gym, honestly.
Yeah, you don't need it, though. If you feel like it, do it.
I would like to. A healthy life is great.
Like that Rick thing, yo. It doesn't matter what you fucking wear. If you're not feeling healthy and looking healthy, it does not matter.
It does not at all.
Flat or sparkling?
If I'm feeling fancy, I'm gonna go sparkling. You know. Well, on the daily, it's flat. Yeah? I'm not bougie on the daily.
I saw this cream has broken that barrier.
It has.
It's not a bougie thing anymore. But it still feels like it, though. It
does.
What's the most used app on your phone? Most used app?
Instagram and Notes.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. Instagram and Notes. And YouTube, probably, if I'm like watching it on my phone. But yeah, Notes is deadly. No, because with like designing and like concepts and stuff, it's great. It's so good. But yeah.
What's one song to listen for the rest of your life?
Yo, what's that one from the what's that one with the oh man, it's from the recent video that you're just talking about. Yeah, Who I Smoke. Who I Smoke. Who I Smoke. That's the song for the lifetime. Who I Smoke.
What number am I thinking of right now?
3. Damn.
Right. Describe the rest of your life in 5 words.
First, let me hop out the. That's it.
And with that, thank y'all for listening. We'll be back soon.
We will. Thank you guys for listening. Sorry for the wait. I appreciate you guys. Shut up, Justice. We're gonna be back soon, hopefully. Sorry it took so long.
Don't stop.
They keep going.
Anyways, shout out to everybody. Thank you for watching, listening.
Shout out to Tragic Studios for letting us record. Shout out to you guys for being patient with the podcast. Hopefully more will be coming soon. Appreciate Remi for all of the topics for today and just being an amazing co-host and everything he does. And Emmanuel for being knocked out on the couch.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
We're out.
We're out.
Peace.
Tune in next time. Peace.
Nice.
That's it.